Hello guys, welcome, or if you've already seen my channel before, welcome back. I am the Philadelphia Hooligan, and with this video, I should explain again. As you can see, if you've seen my channel before, behind me, this is not the familiar background there usually always is. It's because, again, I am still in New York. And probably the next time you see me, I will be in my room again with my cats, ruining sometimes my videos with their beautiful nature. But for right now, yes, you get the interesting background that's very monochromatic. So, with this video, it's about the subject of the companion Clara Oswald. And Clara Oswald is a companion of the Doctor Who universe. Once she entered the show, she was immediately met with a lot of hate. When I say a lot of hate, I mean a lot of hate. So for clarification, this is a video where I'm going to be explaining why I admit I have never hated the character of Clara Oswald, especially in Series 7, which is a series she gets a lot of hate from. And before I begin, I want you to all understand, everyone who is watching this video, if you hate the character of Clara Oswald, it's fine. I totally understand where you're coming from. This is a video to kind of explain something you've probably seen about my videos before. And what I mean by that is, I'll get that glare away. I'll get that away from you. So get the glare. I think it's a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, a little bit less glare there. You see, those people who've seen my videos before, you probably noticed that I don't hate Clara Oswald, the companion, at all. And you probably thought to yourself, well, god darn, what is up with that? Why does she not hate Clara Oswald? Everyone hates Clara. This video is just to explain why I don't hate her, but I understand those who do. Literally, if you hate her, I totally get why you do not like her. Makes all the sense in the world to me why you don't. This video is just to explain why I don't. I am not attacking your feelings. No, not at all. You are justified for hating Clara. I'm just going to explain why I do not, especially in Series 7 of the new Who of Doctor Who. But first I'm going to be tackling the things that usually she is attacked with and why people hate her character, which is 1, she's dull and she's absolutely boring, mixed with 2, she has absolutely no personality and no character development, she's bland, a blank slate, she's just not a dynamic character, and 3, that she is a plot device, and then also the idea that episodes are not good under her era as well. These are the main things I'm going to be tackling. And the first with she has no character development as a companion, and that she has no personality. Alright, here's the thing with Clara Oswald. That people who attack Clara Oswald and say she has no personality, no character, none of this, as if she has no character development when she first came into the show. Number 1, she just got to the show. And number 2, what that thing where people are mad about where she didn't develop as a character when she met the Doctor, that's actually why I liked Clara. Hear me out. Clara Oswald always struck me as a companion, sorry guys, as a character who probably did a lot of her character development before she met the Doctor. So when she met the Doctor, I thought she was just a very set character. It's all she was. She didn't need the Doctor to come along and develop her identity. I actually liked that about her, that she didn't wait for the Doctor to enter her life to start developing as a character. I just assumed she did all that before she met the Doctor. And I liked that about her, because that's what we humans are supposed to do. We're supposed to develop ourselves before another person enters our lives. Sometimes people can influence us and they can enhance our nature, but it's perfectly fine. It's actually good to sometimes not be waiting around for some person to enter your life to develop your person. Sometimes it's best to develop yourself already, and when they enter your life, you're already a pretty set character. That's what I took Clara Oswald for. She didn't wait for someone to drop into her life to start developing. She probably already did all that. Now her personality is set in what it is. And it's another thing that people, when it comes to the idea of her character being boring. Here's the thing about Clara. Clara, when she first entered the show, she was a young and single woman, and I identified with that because that's what I was. I was a young single woman, and Clara Oswald, she represented a whole, us girls who are, we're single, we're females, and we're okay with being that state. Here's what happens: we are boring. sometimes. We are adult people, set of individuals. Why? Because all of our character development we've already done before you met us. So when you meet us, we come across as being kind of bland because we don't have that drama in our lives anymore. We're not all about like having boyfriends who we abandon or forget about, or, you know, romantic crap happening back and forth all around us. We don't have those things. We already put that behind us. That's another thing. People have a tendency to compare Clara's lack of development with other companions before her. I would say, like, you know, people like Rose and, like, you know, Amy and Donna, they say, oh, she did not develop as a character around the Doctor as they did. Okay, here's the problem. First of all, not all women are the same. So to be mad that she's not compared to them, it's like you're saying, well, you're mad that all women are not the same, but we're not the same. We all are different types of beings, number one. Number two, she's not supposed to be like Rose. Do you know why? Because Rose was an 18-year-old girl. Clara is in a whole different age group. She's not supposed to be like Rose. She's not supposed to act like Rose. Her Rose Tyler days should already be behind her. She should not be acting like that. She should have been a completely different person by then. She really should have been. That's how it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to be like Rose Tyler's and when we're Clara Oswald's age. No, we're not. Also, like because Clara gets a lot of hate. I think she's also one of the most hated companions. I should have clarified. Like Martha, I think Mel and Adric get the most, like, you know, hated of all the companions. But the thing is, people don't take into account the simple fact that she's in a whole different place than some other companions have been. And also, to expect Clara to develop her character when the Doctor meets her, that in itself is actually kind of sexist. Because you're saying, wait for this character, another character, to come along for you to develop as a female. Why couldn't she have done all that before she met the Doctor? Why should she wait for someone else to come into her life and then start developing? Couldn't she have already done that and then have her set character so when she met the Doctor she was already who she was? Why could it not be that? That's what I liked her. I liked the idea of a female character representing the idea of, I came into this Doctor's life, I already had my personality set, this is who I was, I had no need to change. Why can't we have a companion who was already fine with who she was to begin with? Which means she did all of that and it's all behind her. All of her development is behind her. This is who she is now. And yes, it's dull and it's boring in some ways because we don't have people like Clara in Series 7 and like me, we don't have much drama surrounding us. Because we don't have much drama, there's not much to talk about. But I liked there being a companion who represented girls like us. I'm not saying I'm just like Clara. Clara is way smarter than me. She's way more braver. Like, you know, there are things about her I should envy, but I don't hold that against her. Yes, I don't have those qualities, but the qualities that we do share, it was nice to have a female companion who had that. Single female developed before she met the Doctor. And again, with the drama, I liked that there wasn't much drama around Clara when she first came into the show. I liked that. I really very much did. Alright, so that's the first idea. The idea of she's dull and she doesn't have much of character. I was fine with that. Number two, she was used as a plot device. Guys, I said this before in my video of Series 1 of New Who. She's not the first companion to be used as a plot device to, at the last second, at the very end of the, season finale, at the very end of the season, or the series, to be used to solve the problem or create the solution at the very end. She's not the first plot device. And the people who attack Clara for being a plot device are the same people who are okay with those other companions being a plot device, and they don't even talk about it. For me, it's like you just waited till Series 7 happened to notice this. Clara Oswald is the third companion in New Who to be used as a plot device. She really is. So if you're okay with those other companions being used as a plot device, then you can't be mad at me for being okay with Clara being so. I'm just saying, if it's okay for you to do it, it should be okay for me to do it. And again, if you want to know what other two companions were plot devices, go watch my Series 1 review. I'm not going to go really far into that right now. So they did a plot device. I don't hold it against her, because by the time Clara came around, this was a trend with other companions. So there is that. So the dull, boring, and she is a plot device. Those are the three main things I often, hear complaints about Clara Oswald as a character. Also, let's see, sorry, thirsty. Things I also liked about Clara as a character is Clara Oswald. It's something that no one seems to really notice with Clara. People always say that Clara had no identity outside the doctor. I have no idea. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. Because when watching Series 7, you know, we see in The Snowman and Bells of St. John, Clara was a woman who had, you know, she was a nanny looking after a family of kids where her friend, who's a mother, died. And Clara is there to look after them. When the doctor drops into her life, Clara, she says to him, come back like next Wednesday or next Thursday. I can't remember what, I don't think it's Wednesday, but I could be wrong. And then she builds, you know, she makes him a part of her schedule, but she doesn't build her whole life around him. She's still going to have a whole life, you know, not just him. And she expects to get him, for him to come back, or to get her back, always like right around the same time that they left. So they're going to go off on adventures, but she's still going to maintain her life. She still has a job. She still works with a family. She is a nanny slash a governess, which means she is a teacher. It's right there in Bells of St. John. She was announced as a teacher. Governess is a form of teaching. It is. It's right there in the Bells of St. John. The idea of her being a teacher was not out of nowhere. It actually was set up. It's just that people often don't care to notice it. So with that, she held a job while she was traveling with the doctor. She made sure she had her own life and it wasn't just fully wrapped around him. Now, so when people say her whole identity is wrapped around the doctor and she has no identity herself, there are people like that are constantly thinking of, you know, Rose, and again, characters like Donna. Okay. Tell me what job Rose Tyler actually had when she traveled with the doctor. Like, everyday job. What is that job? Oh, that's right, there wasn't one. She's been her whole time traveling with the doctor, and they were in this thing together. Donna. What was Donna's job outside the doctor? What was it? What life did she have really outside the doctor? She saw her family sometimes, of course. I'm talking about, like, a job where she financially supported herself and had a whole, full life going on. Where is it? Oh, that's right. She didn't have a job. The only companion in the RTD era to have a job, you can argue, outside the doctor would have been Martha, because when the doctor offered to take Martha away, she did it under the strict belief that she was going to bring her back very soon after they left, very soon, so she could keep on continuing out her life. It's the doctor who keeps her on these long adventures where he keeps saying, one trip I take you back, but he doesn't. He keeps her aboard the TARDIS over and over again and puts her on these really super long trips. But she did it under the express belief she would always return home at a certain time and keep continuing her life. And then she leaves the doctor right back to that same life and does become what she wants to be. So then when a real, like, you know, hardcore job, an official job, before meeting the doctor, like, you know, a really, like, solid career was Martha, and she continued it right after she left the doctor. Donna didn't even really have much of a job at all before she traveled the doctor, because she kept searching for him. And I'm fine with these people. I'm just saying, those people are like, oh, Clara had no identity outside the doctor. She held a life in a group of a family. She looked after them even when she was traveling with the doctor. Yes, we don't see a lot of focus on that, but it's because this is called Doctor Who, not the companion social life. Do you really want a step-by-step process of how she really just, you know, does everyday nanny work? Do you really want that? That's not, why would you watch that? Seriously, we know she does it. We don't need much focus on it. There's that. But also, that's the thing I like about Moffat. Yes, Stephen Moffat did things during his run that I just didn't like. Just like RTD did things I didn't like. But the one thing I liked about Moffat is all his companions with the doctor did have jobs or did have a full life outside the doctor that no one seems to notice. When we meet Amy in Series 5, she's a kissogram, but by Series 6, she becomes a model, and Rory is a nurse. Series 7, Rory is still a nurse, and Amy writes travel magazines. She writes articles for travel magazines, and Clara is a governess / nanny. And then eventually we see her when the Maitland family clearly get a nanny, and they get a full-time woman for that. Clara goes back to what she probably would have been doing before, which is clearly teaching. Hence when she said she was a governess in Bells of St. John. So she goes back to teaching. They hold jobs outside the doctor. Moffat gave us companions who did those sort of things. Even Bill, we see her do things outside the Doctor. We see them all have lives, even if it's just brief glimpses of them. But those brief glimpses is all we need. So to say that Clara has no identity outside the Doctor, but you're comparing it to people or companions before her who had even less outside of the Doctor, I just don't get that. I really, guys, I'm sorry, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I wish I did, but I don't. So there's that also. And another thing I did like about Clara is, again, the idea of when she first entered the show, there was not much drama at all. It was just like a Doctor and companion traveling together, side by side, doing their thing. And that's something I think, reason why I do like Clara is we're so busy looking at what we want from a companion, we don't notice what the Doctor needs. And the fact is, the Doctor needed a companion like Clara Oswald in Series 7. He just lost River, Song, Amy, and Rory. He, at that point, didn't even want to be the Doctor anymore. Then he meets Clara. He meets a companion she does her own thing, but when she's with him, it's a very, nice, simple, easy, adventures where they just go together. And also, when she dies, she keeps coming back. The 11th Doctor needed a companion with that sort of stability, where, oh wait, she died, but wait, she's back again. How she does that, I don't know, but she will always keep coming back. He needed a companion that just had that stability to her. That's why, even though there are things about Rose Tyler's character I don't like, I respect the fact that she's what the Doctor needed at the time that she came. And if you go back from Season 1 of Classic Who all the way up to Series 10 of New Who, there was something about each companion that is what the Doctor needed at that time. All of them did shed light on his character, or was what he needed in that time that he needed it. And the 11th Doctor was not at his strongest when he met Clara, but he got a companion who was stable in that way, and she could handle his identity and his personality and sometimes his temper or his quirks or his changeable nature really well. She understood him. He needed someone who did understand him in that way. And our desire to get what we want as an audience, we don't pay attention to what the Doctor actually needed. He needed a Clara. He just did. So there's that also. And there's something that, like Martha Jones, the reason why I like Martha and the same reason I like Clara is Clara does, in Series 7, she does no harm. People hate her, but what harm does Clara actually cause to anyone? Does she do anything where she breaks a fixed point in time and people die because she did not listen to the Doctor? Does she get people killed because of a mistake she made? No. So whatever flaws she has or things you don't like about her, like Martha, she actually causes no harm. Donna also causes no harm, and I like Donna. And Amy, for the most part, causes no harm. So, and same with Rory, they cause no harm. I like companions that don't cause any harm that much at all. So that's why I liked her in Series 7. She helped and didn't hurt. Same reason why I love Martha. Whatever problems or flaws they do have in their characters, it only affects themselves. It does not affect many people around them. That's just what I am. I like companions who don't cause harm. And in Series 8, then we get a flawed character because, with Clara Oswald, she is given flaws, she's given, more personality that people absolutely hated. But that's what a lot of the fan base were mad at Moffat for not giving us before. So when Series 8 Moffat gave it to us and people didn't like it, I'm like, well, I don't like it either, guys, but a lot of you guys were asking for this. So I can't blame Moffat for trying to make you happy, and then it turns out you were never going to be made happy to begin with. That's why, even though Clara's hated most of Series 7, a great portion of Series 8, and also into Series 9, guys, I don't like Hellbent either, I don't. But I can't deny that maybe some of it had to do with the fact that Moffat was trying to make people happy, and they just wouldn't be. I am sorry for that, but that's just my feelings. And also my last point I think I'm going to have for why I don't hate Clara Oswald as a character is also because in some ways she helped the Doctor return to what he was. The great thing I love about the 11th Doctor is he's a very emotionally independent person, or incarnation. He is. But after losing River, Amy, and Rory, he became a bit crippled in some ways where he just did not want to be the Doctor anymore. Then he met Clara, and then that changed in him. By the time we got to the time of the Doctor became his emotionally independent self again. He could have adventures without Clara, make friendships without Clara, save the day without Clara. In the time of the Doctor, he is away from Clara for centuries, but he kept being the Doctor. And I liked the return of that, and that return, and also in Series 8 a bit, to a certain point, to a certain point. But I did like that about her. You know, under her, the 11th Doctor returned to that emotionally independent state that I did like. That he was suffering from lacking a little bit early on in episodes like the beginning of the Snowmen. There's that too. So that's that's just my video of why I don't hate the character of Clara Oswald. You say she does not develop as a character in series 7, and my main video was why I do like Clara a lot in series 7. It's because I feel like as a female character, she developed before she met the Doctor, a male incarnation of the male Doctor. So I like that she developed before she met him. That's what I look at it as. A woman developed before she met a male, and that's why he chose her, because she was already developed. And it leads to a character being boring because our natures are so set in what we are. When we women are at that stage, when like men, where we are fully developed, we do come across as bland. But honestly, guys, when we're like that, we are at our happiest. We don't have all this drama surrounding us, and that makes us happy. That makes us better. We're the people that stories will never be written about, because we don't have that drama or strife or trauma we're going through. We're just happy. But that's a great place to be. So that's what I thought Clara was. A woman who already went through all that before she met the Doctor. Yeah, maybe she comes across as bland, but I'm okay with that, because as a single woman who went through all that already, I liked having a female character who went through that too, or seemed like she was at the same state I was in. I liked it. I didn't feel alone anymore. And again, other campaigns were plot devices, and if people just don't like the episodes around her, I admit there are some episodes around her time that I hate, some that I absolutely love, but overall, those are the reasons why I don't hate Clara Oswald at all. If you hate her, I am fine with it. You are right. That's like those people who love her, you guys are right. We're all right. All of us always have been and will be. I just need you to understand why I don't hate her. And I can be wrong. For all I know, maybe I'm missing something. Those who hate Clara Oswald, you're missing this, please let me know in the comment section. I admit maybe I'm missing something. I could be wrong. You can tell me in the comment section, and if I objectively seem like I was wrong, I will admit to it. I am not perfect. I'm not. But now I just need you to understand me better, and why, if you see my previous videos, why I don't hate this character. I just don't. I understand why you hate her, but please respect that I just don't for those reasons. But if you disagree, just let me know in the comment section peacefully. Either way, those who hate Clara, you're awesome. Those who love her, we're awesome. Thank you guys. Hope to see you again very soon.